Hi Gemini, and welcome to your August 2017 Angelscope Love Focus. I'm Becky and I welcome you to my channel. Today we're going to be using 3 decks to help us with our reading today. We have the Wheel of the Year Tarot, a beautiful, colorful deck that is very charming. We will then be using the Romance Angels Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue, also quite lovely. We will be crowning the reading today. The final card will be from Messages from Your Angels, also by Doreen Virtue. And we have many angels here, and we'll see which one wants to have the final word in the reading today, as they should. All right, a few things before we get started. We're going to be using a 5-card spread, which I will explain as we go along. But keep in mind that not all messages will apply to you today. And that's because we are reading for so many Geminis. Different stories, different birth dates, birth times, different stories in life, different life choices. So the best rule of thumb to remember as you approach any reading, whether it's a general one like today, or even a personal one, whatever resonates for you, that's great. If you want to take that on board, that's up to you. So we always say, take what you will and leave the rest. And that's a good philosophy to follow along in any aspect of life. Take what you will and leave the rest. The other thing we want to talk about today is, who is this reading about? Well, when you found this reading today, who is the person that was uppermost in your mind when it comes to love? You may not be with the person, you may be with the person, maybe you used to be with them and now you're not, or maybe you have no one particular in mind today, and that's okay too. Then, if you have no one in particular in mind today, consider this reading as an overall perspective of the general energies of love encircling you during the month of August. Once again, remember, it's always your choice whether to work with these energies or whether not to work with these energies that we see today. That's up to you. I've already created a sacred space and we're ready to begin. Here we go, Gemini. Angels, we would like for 1 card, please. 1 card, angels, that will give us some information regarding the general situation between the person that Gemini has in mind today and themselves. What is the general situation, its nature, the general situation between Gemini and the person they're thinking about today? The general situation. They want me to take 2, so I will take 2. And we'll look at those separately in just a moment. Angels, Angels, how does this other person feel at this moment about Gemini? How does this person feel about Gemini? How does this person, okay. Wow, they keep wanting me to take 2. Okay, Gemini. Angels, next we would need a card to tell us how Gemini really feels about this person. Angels, how does Gemini really feel about this person? Angels, what are the obstacles that Gemini needs to be aware of regarding a relationship or some kind of coupling with this person that they're thinking about today? Angels, we need 1 card for an obstacle. There it is. Angels, what is the general overall advice that you can give us today for this? Okay. And the underlying card is the High Priestess, a beautiful card. I love that card. We'll come back to that in just a moment. Okay, Gemini, let's take a look at the reading today. I believe you can see all of these. Let me just take a look and make sure before we continue. Yes, they are all in frame. I will be holding them up for you to see them a little bit better as we go. All right, our first position today is what is the general situation between you and the person that you're thinking about today, the first person that came to your mind as we approach the reading. We have two cards, and I guess probably, you know what, let me show you all the cards before we break it down. In the first position, we have the 10 of Cups, and Spirit wanted to give us also the 4 of Cups. In the second position, we have the Tower and the King of Swords. Spirit wanted to give us 2 for that one as well, and we are very grateful for that. In third position, we have the 6 of Wands. Beautiful card. I just love those colors. In position 4, we have a Major Arcana, which represents one of the more important cards in the deck, 22 Major Arcanas, and this is number 6, the Lovers. And the 5th card in our spread today, the King of Wands, wanted to show up, and we'll talk more about him in just a moment. And I've already mentioned the High Priestess. Okay, let's go back to position 1. In position 1, we are talking about what is the general situation surrounding you and this other person. And you can see, Gemini, this is quite a Gemini situation, I have to say. On this, the right hand, we've got the 10 of Cups. This is the card of happy endings. In fact, it's like a fairy tale ending. This perfect couple in great love and joy, living in great abundance with a beautiful child of their own, a beautiful dog and the perfect cat, the perfect life. Roses, a bower of roses and other flowers surrounding them and blessing their life. And coupled with that, we've almost got a polar opposite. Gemini, this is such a Gemini energy, I can't believe it. We've got the other face of this. We've got the 4 of Cups. And you can see right here, the 4 of Cups, this person is feeling lonely. Yes, they have a cat with them, but both of them appear to be quite sad. They're alone, they're sad. They've got 4 cups filling up with not wine, but rainwater. The good thing about it is the flowers are blooming. And there is nourishment for the flowers, as we can see here. And there's some nourishment here for the trees. The rain acts almost as a washing away, almost as a cleansing in some way. Now, this particular young lady, she looks a little despondent, maybe. Maybe she's even a little bit bored. She wants to go outside. She wants to collect these cups, but she can't for whatever reason. Maybe she's trying to think of what she's going to do when the rain stops. But for whatever reason, she doesn't have this right now. So the general situation may be, Gemini, that while this is up in the front, I can't get the words out, in the front of your mind, or the other person's mind, this is the current nature of that situation. And it may be that the general situation is somebody wants this, and somebody's not sure if they want that with that person, or if they should choose another cup, a different offer, a different path. Not sure. Thinking. So I would have to say, in typical Gemini fashion, we have quite a dichotomy when it comes to the overall energy surrounding that situation. It seems to be a bit of a, not a disconnect and not a conflict, but I guess dichotomy is the word. All right, moving on to position 2. How does the other person that you came to the reading about today feel about you. Again, Spirit blessed us with 2 cards today, 2 messages. On the right hand, we have the Tower. As you can see from that card, it's on fire. The whole top of that tree, so to speak, has been leveled, taken off by this lightning bolt, almost by Zeus himself in mythology. There are black crows flying around, the apples have fallen to the earth, and the tree has been destroyed. In some way, it represents a whole new beginning because the old is gone. And in some ways, it represents having to rebuild on a more solid structure to make the tree even stronger, or the house, or the relationship, whatever symbology you want to give to this tree. But it is great change, and it's sudden change. It's very Uranian in that respect. It's just like a lightning bolt straight out of the sky, creating this boom change. We've got this man, this king on the left-hand side, and he is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a man of great intellect, mental activity. He, in his highest and best embodiment of energy, he is honest, he's truthful, he's a thinking man, an intellectual even at times. He's learned, he's very well educated, he speaks truth, he stands for justice, he's fair. But at this point, we can say, this person that you're thinking about today considers you to be this, fire. Fire, okay? They know you're a passionate person, Gemini. They do. They see the fire. Maybe they feel it themselves, the warmth of your energy, the warmth of your personality, but they feel like maybe you're not all in. Maybe you're not all in for them. And he has a bit of consternation on his face. He looks a little bit worried, and he is. He's not sure. Is Gemini presenting the truth to me? Is Gemini interested in destroying whatever it is that we have and moving on? What is Gemini thinking? And sometimes I think I can trust them, and other times I think I can't, and sometimes I think they're with me, and other times I feel like they're just ready to blow this whole thing up and walk away. Concern is how they view you. They view you with concern, and perhaps a little bit of, I won't say distrust, but not quite sure of where you're at, where you're coming from, and what you intend in this relationship. Now, in third position, Gemini, this is how you see the other person. Well, we can see how you see the other person. So this is the Six of Wands. Wands are passion. Wands are creativity. Wands are strength. Wands, in this case, represent victory. You see the other person as this huge achiever who's victorious in his life, or her life, the gender doesn't matter. In some aspects, you feel like they are the hero. They are your hero. In fact, they are your hero. So you can see here, Gemini, this person is thinking, oh, I'm not sure they like me. Oh, I'm not sure they want to be with me. I'm not sure they're telling me the truth. I don't know what to think. And you're thinking, oh, this person is a hero. They're strong. They're victorious in all the areas of their life. They receive accolades from everyone around them. And I just think they're the most fabulous thing ever. Okay. Okay. I just heard that perhaps it's a good idea that if you do feel this way about this other person, then you have to ask yourself, Do I choose them or not? Do I choose them or not? Gemini. Now, I don't know who the King of Wands is. But Gemini, it may be that you have a choice to make. So the obstacle, and maybe the other person does too, of course, the obstacle in this particular case is this, the Lovers. Now the Lovers can represent love, blessed by spirit. You can see this beautiful angel, and the doves are showing you her lovely pink wings, and she has blessed this union with divine authority she's gotten from Source to bless the union with the pink ribbon here, symbolizing divinity, symbolizing blessed by heaven. It's a beautiful marriage. It's a sacred union. It's number 6 in the major arcana. There's great, great, great power in this card. In the symbolism of this card, the energy of this card brings to you this notion of marriage or sacred union on some level, but it's in the obstacle position. So what does that mean? That means that maybe there's some disconnect, just like we said before, between how this person sees you. They see you as that, and look at the expression on this gentleman's face. They see you as that, as perhaps not so trustworthy, or maybe not being honest, or even leaving them in the dark, which you can see they are. And so it may be that they're seeing you as having another choice, and they're not sure. What will Gemini choose? What will Gemini choose? Will they choose me? Well, according to how you see the other person, it would almost seem that you would. I mean, to you, they're fantastic. They're a hero. They're leaders. They've conquered everything there was to conquer. But, Gemini, I have to ask you, is that enough? Is that enough for you, Gemini? Or is there someone else? In typical Gemini fashion, you probably have someone else on your mind in addition to that person represented by the second position. And the person you may have on your mind is this King of Wands. Wands represent fire and passion, strong action. It's sort of a Mars energy. In fact, not sort of, it is a Mars energy. It's just strong and passionate and ardent in love. High-spirited, gregarious, action-oriented. And you, Gemini, being an air sign, and this man being a fire sign, or a person, could go either way, male or female. Air and fire together is combustion. Is combustion. Very attractive situation with this gentleman here. Now, if we use the King of Swords to represent the person that was in your mind when you came to the reading today, then we say, okay, will Gemini choose the King of Swords? They're two kings, Gemini. They're two kings. You can see they are two kings. They're equal in stature, equal in maturity level, but Gemini, do you choose the King of Swords, who is an air sign? Probably, or possibly, like you. Gemini, together with another air sign, the King of Swords. It's a lot of air. Is there any passion there? There would seem to be, but what do you feel? Is there enough to go the distance? And that's what that poor King of Swords is worried about. They're worried about what you really feel. Now, of course, we said, yeah, you think they're fabulous, but is it enough for you, Gemini, to go here with them? The obstacle is making a choice, Gemini. Now, I know that you like to have several things going on all at once, but the obstacle is going to be making a choice. What is the wisest choice? Is it this gentleman full of passion and verve and joie de, whatever that expression is, joie de vivre? Or is it this gentleman, a learned person, someone who's quite intellectual, who has a gift of gab along with you, Gemini? That is the question, is it not? Let us look. The bottom of the deck, the overall overarching energy surrounding this reading today is the High Priestess. Look at that. I always think of the Oracle at Delphi when I see this card. Some of you may have gone there. I have not, but it is on my list. And this woman, this wise woman with the sacred book and access to knowledge, perhaps these are the Akashic records. I don't know. But whatever it is, there may be some unknowns at this time. It may even be a situation of something secret that's being kept from one of the parties, meaning you, Gemini, or one of these kings. Somebody's in the dark, and it would seem to me to be this King of Swords. Frankly, I don't think the King of Wands would even deign to accept that he would be in the dark about anything. He has too much self-confidence. So for you, Gemini, just know somebody is not seeing everything. There's some knowledge from the sacred text that is yet to be revealed, Gemini, and maybe even revealed to you. So let's go ahead now and take one of the Romance Angel cards. Romance Angels, Archangels, all of the divine angels of love, light, and divine wisdom. Please let us have one of these beautiful Romance Angels cards to crown the reading today for Gemini. What advice can you give them, Romance Angels, for Gemini in August? Oh, in August of 2017, that's it. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, we have the wedding card. I love it when the synchronicities, happen. It says this situation involves marriage. And that is exactly what is depicted in the obstacle card. Yes, indeed, it does. And I would think, Gemini, you've got a choice to make. Let's close out the reading today with messages from your angels. We'll see which angel wants to jump in today and give us a quick message as we go on our way. Angels, what final messages do you have for Gemini of August 2017 to help them navigate those energies of August 2017? Angels, August of 2017 for Gemini. They're telling me that one. All right, let's take a look. And this is Shanti. I am the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. So if, Gemini, if there's been any rough roads, if there have been any rainy moments when you weren't sure, which cup do I choose? What do I do? What path do I take? What's going to lead me to this? Is it going to be this King of Swords? Or what about the sexy King of Wands? I don't know. I feel very confused. Probably what you're thinking. But the choice is yours, Gemini, and I don't know what you will choose. All I know is that you have angelic support to calm your mind, go within, bring peace to your energy field by meditation, and try to listen, because your angels will be communicating with you. They will be smoothing out that choice so that the road ahead is one filled with much love. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Gemini, thank you for joining me today. It's been an honor to read for you. I am so pleased to have shared this time together. I wish you peace and richest blessings and great love, greater than your wildest dreams. And so it is.